Okay, so we're diving deep into spells of irresistible allure today.
Sounds intriguing.
It is, right?
Yeah.
This book, I mean, just the title,
Yeah, it grabs you.
it totally does.
Yeah.
And the excerpt we've got, it just throws us right into this world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got this devout young man, right? He's entering this, well, lavish and unpredictable college campus.
Okay, I'm interested.
And right away, it's like, bam. The author hits us with this description of the women he meets. Delectable campus babes dressed like orphans.
Well, hold on. Delectable campus babes dressed like what?
Orphans, yeah. It's like, what's going on here? Where are we going with this? I mean, talk about an attention-grabbing way to start a story.
It definitely makes you sit up and take notice.
Right. So, first impressions, what jumps out at you?
I think, well, what gets me is the immediate contrast. This clash between the sacred and I guess you could say the secular, the not so sacred.
Yeah, totally. Like, on one side, you've got this devout young man, super serious about his faith, probably coming from a pretty humble background. We're assuming that at least, yeah.
A safe bet.
And then wham, he's surrounded by like all this extravagance, this opulence, and of course these very uniquely dressed women.
It's like the author's setting the stage for some serious internal conflict right from the start. You know, is he going to stay true to his beliefs in this new environment, or is he going to get swept away by it all?
It's that age-old question, right?
Yeah.
Faith versus temptation. But it's not just the setup, is it? Even the language itself is so deliberate, so loaded.
Oh, absolutely.
You've got opulent, slammed up against academic poverty, this whole unholy alliance thing he finds himself in. Every word choice seems to be emphasizing this tension between who he is, where he comes from, and this new, almost overwhelming world he's stepping into.
You hit the nail on the head. And that phrase, that delectable campus babes dressed like orphans, it's almost paradoxical, right? You've got this intriguing blend of innocence, the orphan imagery, with allure, the delectable part, and it really highlights the temptations he's probably wrestling with. It's almost like the author is playing a little game with us with the language to both draw us in and make us question what we're seeing.
I totally see that. And then there's that line, that little curveball the author throws in. Well, your guess is as good as mine. It's almost like a wink, right? Like the author's letting us in on a little secret.
Yeah. I love that.
What do you think the author's going for there? With the humor, I mean.
It's brilliant, I think. First, it breaks the tension, right? You have all this seriousness, this weight of faith and temptation, and then boom, a little chuckle. But it also, I think, makes the whole thing more relatable. We've all felt that pull, haven't we?
Yeah.
Between what we should do, what we believe, and what tempts us. I know I have.
Totally. It's human nature.
Exactly. So by using humor, the author's making these big, heavy themes accessible. You don't feel like you're being lectured. You feel like you're in on the joke. And that makes you want to keep reading to see how it all plays out.
It's like we're right there with the protagonist, feeling that internal struggle, that push and pull.
Yeah.
So the big question hanging in the air, what's he going to do? Will he resist the allure of this new world? Or is he going to give in? What do you think?
It's hard to say for sure, just from this little snippet, but I think the author's been clever here. They've given us enough to imagine both possibilities. He could go either way.
Right.
I mean, we know he's got this strong faith, this moral compass, and that points one way. But on the other hand, the way the author describes these delectable orphans,
Delectable.
it's evocative. You know, it suggests a temptation that's pretty hard to resist.
It really does. It's almost like the author's throwing down a challenge to us, the readers.
Right.
Like, what would we do in this situation if we were faced with these same choices, these same temptations?
Exactly. It's not just about the protagonist, is it? It's about us. What compromises would we make? How far would we bend our own beliefs? It's a powerful question to be asking.
And it's what makes this excerpt, and I bet the whole book, so compelling. It's not just a story. It's a reflection on ourselves, on the choices we make every day. And by leaving that ending open, not giving us a clear answer, the author's forcing us to confront those questions head on. It's like a brilliant invitation to self-reflection, to really examine our own values.
And I think that's a perfect note to end on. What would you do?
Yeah, that's something to think about.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure. And thanks to everyone listening. We'll catch you on the next one.